start off in a plank position, moving up into a downward facing dog. And we'll just shift, inhaling into plank, exhaling into down dog. You can take your time doing any kind of little adjustments you may need. I really like to play in the down dog, coming up onto my toes, moving the heels towards the earth, shifting one heel towards the earth and the other. As always, remember to focus on your breaths. When you're ready, the knees can come down. Without the knees touching the floor, we can just shift our weight forward, working on the core. Doing that a few times, however many times as it feels good. Let's go back to down dog, and again, just coming up on the toes, bring the heels down, walking one foot, then the other. Playing around in any way that feels good for you today. Take your time. Well, it's always nice to be symmetrical. If you feel like you need one side a little more than the other, you can hang out on one side more. Really taking this opportunity to listen to our own bodies. And when it feels right, we can come back into plank and start to drop the hips, coming into an upward facing dog. So even though the hips are down, we want the thighs to come up. Back to down dog. Again, coming up on the toes, bending the knees, tilting the pelvis, bringing the heels back towards the earth. Taking a few long, deep breaths. Feeling into whatever is present for you. Oh, sometimes I like to bounce the legs, so if that feels good for you, give it a try. And of course, we have the external rotation on the arms, kind of pushing the earth away. The fingers are spread out. And if you're doing that bounce, you can just relax into those vibrations. Just shaking up all the muscles in the legs. Shaking up anything that might be stuck. Any blockages. And coming back into plank, knees down. Sitting on the heels. Lowering the hips to the earth. We'll be working on cobras. So hands underneath the shoulders, pressing up as far as comfortable. It's actually better to keep the pelvis on the floor. I know I'm lifting mine, but do what works in your body. Inhaling up, exhaling down. And if it feels good to hold that cobra, go ahead. If you are going to hold the cobra, try to keep the pelvis in contact with the earth. You can turn the head, looking over one shoulder and then the other. And coming back up to the knees, up to down dog. And again, just playing around in the down dog in any way that feels good. And back to plank, back to down dog. I like to inhale into the planks, exhale into the down dogs. Don't worry about getting anything right. Just move your body in whatever way feels good. All right, so now if you like, you can widen the feet. So wide leg down dog. You can walk the hands back towards the feet a little bit. And I'm playing with just shifting my weight side to side, whatever feels good. Let's add a nice rotation. So one hand underneath the shoulder, the other hand comes up onto the sacrum. So we try to keep the sacrum flat. Switch sides when you're ready. So the other hand down in the center, other hand on the sacrum. If you want, you can turn the head to look up. And both hands down. You can walk out into that wide leg down dog. Shift around in the hips, whatever feels good. Press back. Just give yourself whatever kind of stretch you need. All right, so now we're coming down into a plank, but it's a wide leg plank, lowering the pelvis and working on a wide leg cobra. So again, try to keep the pelvis on the earth. I'm not the best example here. You can really drop that pelvis down into the earth, roll the shoulders back and down, lift up through the heart and the crown of the head. Try to keep the buttocks soft. Tucking the toes, coming back up to that wide leg down dog, pressing back, breathing deep. Feeling the earth beneath the hands, beneath the feet. And we'll just come down to a seated position, go into a nice meditation. Oh, before that, we'll do fire log pose. So the bottom leg, have the shin parallel to, I don't have a mat, but if you had a mat, and then place your top leg on top, so like stacking two logs, and just breathe into those hips. You could absolutely put a block or a blanket between the knee and the foot. It would be better. And then we'll go into a twist. So just crossing one leg over, starting by interlacing the hands around the knee and just breathing nice and deep. Keep the spine as long as possible. Remember, we're using the bent leg to give ourselves like a little internal organ massage with the breath. So breathe really deep. See if you can push your belly against the leg. And then you can just grab on to the back of the leg, bring the other arm up, wrap it around. Back hand comes onto the earth and go into your twist. Keeping both legs engaged. You can work on spreading the toes. The foot that's down, the toes do not need to be up. I'm just really hyper focused on engaging those feet. But of course you can have the toes down, but push that foot into the earth. Come back to the center when you're ready. We'll switch sides. So starting with a fire log pose. So really stacking the legs parallel, one on top of the other. You see that big space I have between the knee and the foot? It would really be beneficial to put a blanket or a block or something under there. Dig the sit bones down into the earth. Lift up through the spine, through the crown. Breathe nice and deep. Breathe into the hips, the pelvis. We'll go into our twist. So bottom leg is long, top leg is bent. Interlace the hands, and again, just breathe deep. Enjoy that internal organ massage. When you're ready, we'll take it into the twist, twisting towards the bent leg, wrapping the arm around, back hand comes behind. The head can turn towards the back shoulder. Both legs are engaged. Breath is long and deep. Twisting out any tension. And coming back to center when you're ready into any comfortable seated position, whatever feels good for you. And we'll just take a moment to sit. Relaxing into all that is. The support of the earth, the natural movement of breath, whatever sounds, sensations may be present for you. Give yourself this opportunity to let everything go. To paraphrase John Kabat-Zinn, as long as you're breathing, there's more right in your world than wrong in your world. Just feeling that breath, relaxing into the breath. Letting the breath into every part of the body, mind. Whatever comes up, whatever thoughts arise, Just acknowledging them and letting them go. If there's any physical tension, uncomfortable sensations, breathe into those spots. If it's something that can be corrected by the way you're sitting, please make an adjustment. We don't need to meditate in a cross-legged position. You could be sitting in a chair, even standing. Let yourself relax. Feel that balance between the structure of the body, of your meditation position, posture, and of letting go, of doing nothing. Ease and effort. And when you feel ready to come out of your meditation, just gently open open the eyes, move the body in whatever way feels good. Stretch, sigh. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, comment, share. Thank you. Namaste.